Vice President and Senior Counsel of the Thomas More Society, Peter Breen, joins us now with more. Peter, you were quoted as saying this lawsuit is payback for David Daleiden exposing Planned Parenthood's dirty business of buying and selling fetal parts and organs. Can you explain more on that, please?
Well, the problem here is that Planned Parenthood has said that somehow there was some problem with the videos. They then sued David saying that, and then when we got to court, they backed off of it. So really the only reason to bring this lawsuit is not because there was any problem in what David did, but solely to punish him for exposing their wrongdoing, because David put out video after video showing the hard evidence, because so many of these undercover investigations they're not deep enough, they don't have enough evidence. He had overwhelming evidence to the point where, as your commentator noted, Congress issued criminal referrals. And so this was Planned Parenthood coming after David personally, trying to bankrupt him and stop anyone else from ever getting after Planned Parenthood for any of their dirty abortion business.
Yeah, you have also said that you intend to see vindication for Daleiden on appeal, saying, quote, his investigation into criminal activity by America's largest abortion provider utilized standard investigative journalism techniques. Explain.
Well, anytime you're doing an undercover investigation on a company, we will often take on a cover story. You will have a company that you've made up saying, I want to do business with you in this way. And so you saw just from those video clips and others at the Center for Medical Progress, you can see they were haggling over the prices of baby body parts. This just a terrible thing. And David also found evidence that there were babies actually being born alive, and then they were being harvested for parts. And so they're just gruesome, terrible things were revealed here. But it's the same as anything ABC, NBC, CBS would do. In fact, we showed in court, ABC did their own undercover investigation of fetal tissue in the year 2000. They did undercover video of a doctor haggling over the price of fetal body parts. ABC, it was right for ABC to do it in 2000. It was right for David Daleiden to do it in 2015. But Planned Parenthood didn't sue ABC. They sued David because, just again, on a payback theory, not because they have any real good, strong case law backing up their position.
So, Mr. Breen, you lay out this case of what David did. Then why do you think the jury ruled in the way it did?
Well, and we had actually moved to disqualify the judge in this particular case because prior to taking the bench, he had actually helped to found a Planned Parenthood clinic that was one of the plaintiffs in this case, and also had shown other signs that he was not friendly to our position, public signs. And so we had very, very difficult legal rulings all the way through. The First Amendment protects undercover journalism. We're framing this more broadly, broader than a pro-life case. It's a First Amendment case. First Amendment protects the publication of those videos. And instead of giving us the jury instruction we requested, that the First Amendment protects the publication, the judge actually went the other way and did the opposite, said the First Amendment doesn't protect us. And so that, along with a myriad of other legal issues, gave us terrible jury instructions. So it was very difficult to get a positive jury verdict. And then as well, the case was brought in San Francisco, which is a tough place for pro-life folks, a tough place for people of faith, and the jury pool was drawn from those people. So with bad jury instructions and having Planned Parenthood being so popular there, we really, we had hoped for better, but at the same time, we had steeled ourselves for the worst. But you know what? We think we've got a pretty good case upstairs, either in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals or in the United States Supreme Court.
Okay, terrific. We will have to leave it there. Peter Breen of the Thomas More Society, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, George.
You're most welcome.